All right, gentlemen, we've already gone over the rules. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. This is good. Anything low right here, half and half. It's a little high here. Okay? All right, touch them up. Let's go.
So here we go. Second chance at a world title for Zepeda. An opportunity to stay the course for Ramirez. Could he be building towards title unifications at 140 pounds? Or could it be an eventual pay-per-view level showdown against Bud Crawford somewhere down the road?
Ready?
Freddie Roach versus Robert Garcia in the corners. Zepeda, Ramirez inside the ropes.
Zepeda fighting from that southpaw position. A little awkward for Jose to get that jab working, but he must not abandon his jab to set up his offense. And you saw right away, Ramirez threw the jab and fell in, and you saw Zepeda got some pretty good eyes. Counterpunch right away, landed on the chest.
Stay off the feet
of Ramirez.
Dre, I assume you feel that he's going to have to take advantage of every counterpunch opportunity that's offered to him.
Yeah, Zepeda it's very early, obviously, but he's looking very sure of himself. He's under his legs, and he looks like he has a game plan, and he's focused and bent on executing that game plan.
Speaking of game plans, how much of a factor is it to have Freddie Roach?
It's great.
Go ahead, Tim.
No, it's great. I thought, it's great to have Freddie Roach because he can get the inside game. Freddie Roach understands that he needs to box tonight. Zepeda needs to box and box all night because Ramirez is tough. If he gets in the inside, well, it can be bad news for Zepeda.
And those are the X's and O's, but psychologically, no matter what Ramirez says, that's playing a part in this fight. Now, obviously, like we mentioned in the first fight, the fighters have to fight the fight, but that is definitely something, if not in the forefront, it's in the back of Jose Ramirez's mind.
Roach being the early architect through the championship win of the career of Ramirez.
Ramirez has to get past that jab of Zepeda. Trying to figure it out. Ramirez just walking straight in, not really moving his head. And no one's really landed anything significant in this round so far.
And there is Freddie Roach. You see him in the box looking on to his title challenger, Jose Zepeda.
Beautiful shot right by Zepeda as he turned and fired on Ramirez.
So far, a well-managed first round from Zepeda.
Yeah, Ramirez is straight in front of him. He's not moving laterally. He's just right directly in front, walking forward with his both hands high.
And keep in mind, this is only the second southpaw that Jose Ramirez has fought. The first southpaw was Mike Reed, a fighter that he beat in 2017.
And that was a win that put him in position to then have the fight against Imam when he won the title at Madison Square Garden. That Reed fight came right here in Fresno. The world title came in Madison Square Garden. Then he had what was to be his first title defense canceled when the opponent was severely dehydrated and hospitalized, so he didn't fight again until this past September.
Stop on the bell.
End of round one, a chance to catch up with Mark Kriegel.
In anticipation of this fight, what Freddie Roach told Zepeda is, listen, Jose Ramirez is stronger than you. You're smarter than he is. You can outbox him. What Zepeda doesn't know is how long he can last. He's only gone beyond 6 3 times into the 10th round once, never 12, fellas.
Mark, to your point in terms of the ability to outbox him, as we listen to Freddie Roach, he threw 21 jabs in that first round.
Right now, keep going like that. Nice combination. Right? When you throw in the floor, you can't handle your speed. Right? 3 and 4, under and out. Right? You're smart. Good round. Very good round.
Everything up the jab.
Be smart. Part of the marching orders for Zepeda. Zepeda threw 43 punches, landing 12 in that first round. Ramirez threw 19, landed 5.
Box.
So a good start to the night to the title challenger.
I think that first round, Ramirez was just getting a look at him, trying to feel the power of Zepeda, trying to gather range. And I think he's going to open up a little bit more as these rounds go on.
It's kind of interesting to me to hear Freddie Roach and Zepeda kind of concede the fact that Ramirez is stronger than him with them not even having fought yet. That was a bit odd to me. But I
Didn't feel the
understand
power, but it's acknowledged.
I understand what Freddie's trying to do. He wants to put his fighter in the mindset to box, and box some more.
In the corner of Jose Ramirez, Robert Garcia says he's got to control distance with the jab, and he's got to start getting inside. Not with power punches, but tapping and working his way in, because Sean Zepeda's fighting a smart fight.
Yeah, I remember sparring Zepeda and how slick he was. He was hard to hit. He don't look like a very defensive guy, but see how he steps around right there? When he steps around you, he loses you. And he's really good at that.
All right, get out. Stop.
And as I mentioned in the beginning, in previous fights, Zepeda has not looked strong on his back foot, but thus far, he's looking strong on his back foot tonight.
See the 44-year-old Robert Garcia, who has been named Trainer of the Year in his career. Former champion himself was a 140-pound titleist, and in recent years, of course, famous for being the trainer, older brother of the great pound-for-pound elite Mikey Garcia, who will be having his fight with Errol Spence coming up late winter.
See, Jose's doing a good job in getting outside position, but he's not letting his hands go. He's getting his foot outside the lead foot of Zepeda. I'm watching, but he's not throwing any shots.
Go.
Ramirez already abandoned his jab. He's not using his jab at all and just walking straight in. And it's easy work for Zepeda. He's too smart and too slick.
This is the nuance of boxing. Zepeda is not doing anything astronomical, but he's doing a lot of the little things right, and that's keeping Ramirez off balance
and keeping this crowd quiet, which is the kind of night he's going to need to be able to win the fight he wants to win. On points, going the distance, here on the road, in this setting with over 14,000 rowdy fans who will react to anything Ramirez does when he does it.
It's a nice sequence from Zepeda that could easily be missed. In the corner, he touched Ramirez with a right jab to the body, got his attention, and then came over the top with the overhand left.
Stop on the bell.
That's where Zepeda does not want to be.
On the other end of body shots from Ramirez. Well, the big theme of the night is the trainer change and Roach versus Garcia. Freddie Roach was the trainer of Ramirez. This is how they've gone in the past when Roach and Garcia have met up, splitting 4 fights. The 2 wins for Freddie Roach, of course, from his champion, Manny Pacquiao. Cuellar-Mares fight of great note, as that was a flipped fighter as well. And then Garcia was able to get revenge as Abner Mares was able to take the title away from Cuellar. Garcia has had 12 world champions crowned.
Here's the sequence I was talking about. We just missed the jab, but then we see just a straight left. I said it was over, but it was a straight left to the chin of Ramirez, and it's just enough to stop him in his tracks and to allow Zepeda to reset.
And he caught him coming right in, Dre, with the straight left. Ramirez was just trying to move in.
Jose Zepeda, proud Mexican-American fighter himself. He was born here stateside, but then raised in Mexico in his early years, came back to California at 10 years old, and then started boxing at age 11.
See a little bit more urgency from Ramirez, but if I was in Ramirez's corner, what I would tell him is to shoot the right hand to the body. Hit the chest, hit the body, hit something on Zepeda, just like that. You know, to keep something on him and to slow those legs down.
Freddie Roach is very happy with how beautifully Sean Zepeda is boxing here early on in this fight. But now he wants him to start backing up Jose Ramirez, so make him pay when he lunges.
As our race ringside reporter, Bernardo Osuna.
Let's go.
That's very interesting to hear Roach say back up Jose when at this moment Zepeda's doing well by using Ramirez's aggression against him. You know, every time Ramirez steps in and shoots with a shot, Zepeda steps out, gets a little distance, and he lets his hands go.
And I think that's I think that's the second layer of the game plan if you're Freddie Roach and Zepeda. So I am surprised that Freddie's calling for it as early as the third round.
What does that tell you, Dre?
That he's confident in what his fighter's doing, and he's starting to feel like Ramirez has no answers. So why not back him up?
And he wants to send a message over to Ramirez as well, to let him know that, hey, I'm here to fight.
And I'll say this, we just saw it right there. An overhand left from Zepeda. Even though he's boxing, even though he's trying to be smart, even though he's turning Ramirez, he's still trying to land that big overhand left. So keep an eye out for that as this fight progresses.
You got to sprinkle it in. You got to be judicious with those moments, but it has to exist. We talked to him about it yesterday.
And that's how you get your respect.
And also, Dre, you're talking about that left hand. What I like for Zepeda, what he's doing is he's actually getting his head to the outside the left jab of Ramirez by shooting that left hand.
And now Ramirez looking to pick up the pace here in the final minute of round 3, closing that distance little by little and firing off.
See, Ramirez right now, what he's trying to do is he's trying to switch up some timing. You know, he's trying to give different looks in front to be able to inch a little bit closer to do some damage on Zepeda.
Nice exit from Zepeda right there in that corner.
Got himself out of trouble from that red corner. Right hand to the body, partially blocked as Ramirez came in. Still a well-managed, good start for the title challenger, Jose Zepeda. Ramirez, good attack.
For more taste, fewer calories, and half the carbs, there's only one light beer to grab. What are you holding? Miller Lite, Hold True.
This is uncharted territory. A Peloton bootcamp where elite instructors and live metrics put every muscle to work. Where it's you versus everyone else. With live classes every single day. Take your total body workout where it's never gone before. Home. Introducing the Peloton Tread.
Durant lands it hard. Steps back,
three-pointer. Towns with the flush.
Rockets, Timberwolves, Warriors, Trailblazers, Wednesday on ESPN.
Look at this crowd here at the Save Mart Center in Fresno. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley, Andre Ward, Mark Kriegel, Bernardo Osuna with you for the title defense of the wildly popular local hero, Jose Ramirez. But right now, it's Jose Zepeda in the white trunks, the feisty southpaw who's been boxing well. Round number 4.
I'm looking at the front feet. Every now and then, Zepeda will step on the lead foot of Ramirez. It's a common southpaw versus orthodox problem.
Let's go to Bernardo, who's standing by with Freddie Roach.
Freddie, what does Zepeda have to do to keep Ramirez off of him?
Ramirez is very strong coming forward, and he's going to have to meet him with some really hard counter punches on the way in. I mean, and the biggest thing, we can't go to the corners of the ropes. He's too strong. But we'll see. I told him to stay in the middle, and I'll box this guy. Stay in the middle, though.
Thank you very much, Freddie.
We noted that in the last round, what Freddie was emphasizing there of getting those exits away from the corner. Did a nice job of getting out of the corner in the last round. Got to stay in the center, have to box, have to take advantage of countering opportunities. And now mauling on the inside as he turns over a left hand, does the champ.
You cannot get comfortable in the inside with Jose. He will let his hands go, and Zepeda got comfortable, trying to tie up, and Jose just released the combination and was able to land a big right hand.
And this is where Ramirez has to trust the process. Obviously, he's been trying to work on the jab. He's been trying to work on setting things up. And even though things aren't going his way right now, he's got to trust what Robert Garcia has been teaching him.
You saw moments ago Zepeda complaining of a clash of heads to the referee, Marcos Rosales.
Ramirez is now inching a little bit closer now. That Zepeda has bagged off his jab.
And that could be a costly mistake. Against orthodox versus southpaw fighters, you always have to watch for the foot position and the possibility of a clash. We got it moments ago. Again coming in, and there was a second clash of heads. Now there is some blood, it appears, coming from Ramirez after they both came in.
Stop on the belt. Go. Bang!
Durant slams it hard. Steps back, three-pointer. Towns with the flush.
Rockets, Timberwolves, Warriors, Trailblazers, Wednesday on ESPN.
What I appreciate most about a black woman is her confidence.
Her walk, a certain flavor that they have that they bring to the table.
I'm ready to meet her and be a power couple. That's the goal.
BlackPeopleMeet.com, the #1 site for black singles. Sign up for free today.
I got a million ways to get it. Choose one. Choose one. Hey, bring it back, bring it back. Now double your money and make it stack.
This ride has no resolution. There's no finish line. No end goal. No award ceremony. So ask yourself, how far will you go with nothing holding you back? Peloton.
Let's show you what happened in the closing moments of round number 4. Look to your left here and watch the heads come in. And as Zepeda came across the side of the head of Ramirez, instantly Ramirez reaches up and you could see the blood. That is the first cut suffered in the career of Jose Ramirez. It comes here in a title defense in round number 4. Guys, how were you impacted by the first cut you had to deal with?
First time I've ever been cut was in 2008 against Edison Miranda. A clash of heads, but mine came in the first round. But I had Jacob Stitch Duran, one of the best cut men in the business, settled me down. He said, it's okay, I got it, just focus on the fight. I was able to recover and go on to win the fight.
The first time I was cut, it was in a bad spot. It was right above my eyelid, and it actually dripped down in my eye. I couldn't see. But, you know, I learned something from my trainer, Joel Diaz, at the time. He told me if I was ever to be cut, as soon as the referee tie him up, and as soon as the referee comes near me, to rub my eye on the shirt of the referee. And I did so to clear my vision.
Right now, it's trainer Robert Garcia who's dealing with that, with Jose Ramirez, and Bernardo's with him.
Robert, how did Jose react to the first cut of his career?
Oh, he's not worried at all. The cut is not, Miguel Diaz doing a great job. He's controlling the cut very well. It was no big deal.
And what was the key to closing the distance in the last couple rounds?
Oh, well, that's what we have to do. Zepeda's fighting a very smart fight on the outside. We got to close the fight.
Joe, back to you.
Good work with the left hand to the body here in the middle of round number 5 from the champ. And when Ramirez can get that left hook going, that's when he's in control.
We've been talking about the left hook from Jose Ramirez all night tonight in the build-up and in the offset of this event. And he landed 2 good body shots to the liver of his opponent, and it got his attention. It's what we call in the boxing gym freezing your opponent. He froze him. He didn't know what to do, and that's going to start to tell as this fight continues to go on.
But he's able to inch closer to him because Zepeda's not using his jab consistently. If he used his jab a little bit more, it'd be a lot better for him. He can keep Jose at bay. But now Ramirez has gotten comfortable, and he's marching forward, and he's able to land more combinations.
Well, that's one of Ramirez's gifts, is his conditioning. He may not be the most skillful guy, even though he has skill, but his conditioning is second to none, and we're starting to see Zepeda break down ever so slightly.
So the 5th round, a moment when Ramirez looks like the guy we've seen throughout because of his signature punch. Here it was. The body shot. As he targets that left hand. Right there. More of our title fight to come. Stay with us.
There's always something to remind me of another place and time.
This is a great stretch of World Championship boxing on ESPN. Hope you enjoyed last week when we have Kovalev down in Frisco, Texas. Tonight with this world title fight. And then Friday, February 15th on ESPN. It starts at 9 o'clock. It's Rob Brandt, new middleweight titleist. He's got the WBA belt against Kasan Basingurov. 17-0 is Basingurov. Brandt Basingurov is coming your way on ESPN Friday at 9 Eastern. Well, that was some card we had last week down in Frisco, Texas. Folks, you can go onto the app, ESPN Plus. You want to rewatch it. And one of the most dynamic breakthrough stars in the game was everything you expected him to be, with Teofimo Lopez scoring a sensational knockout against Diego Magdalena. Here we are, round number 6. WBC Junior Welterweight Championship fight with Ramirez and Zepeda.
Another clash of heads.
That has been happening frequently.
Yeah, that happens with the southpaw and the right-hander because both of the power punchers lie on the same side. But really, Zepeda, what he's doing is when he lets his hands go, see how he brings his head inside?
Yeah, he's kind of leading with his head a little bit. I don't think it's intentional, but he's definitely doing it.
It's the source of it, not the intent. And with that, we have the first cut in the career of Jose Ramirez, which they have been managing well. That was a clash in the 4th round that caused the cut over the right eye. Always watch the lead foot of the southpaw. Is it on the outside or the inside of the orthodox fighter?
So far, Zepeda looks again like he's supposed to be here. I don't get the sense that he's overwhelmed, and even though he has moments where it looks like he's starting to slowly mentally and physically break down, he seems to recover and get himself back in the fight from a psychological standpoint.
Hey, Dre, if you was working the corner of Ramirez, what would you tell Ramirez to get back in this fight?
Even though Ramirez is down, I believe, in this fight, I would try to keep him calm, but I would also have a sense of urgency. I would have to split the difference and tell him, listen, you're okay, but I need you to come behind your jab and let both hands go. That way, it's going to increase the likelihood of him landing the types of shots that he needs to land to slow down Zepeda. 1 and 2 shots at a time won't do the job.
Not going to do the job. He needs to inch and get a little bit closer, but I would tell him to go down to the body.
We almost went WWE here in Fresno, but gently put back on his feet was Zepeda.
That left hand got Ramirez's attention right there.
Great boxing from Zepeda.
Backing out here at the end of round number 6 as we come to the halfway point of our championship fight as Zepeda continues to box against the champ. Mark, what say you?
Maybe it's because Zepeda's a southpaw, or maybe he's a pretty good boxer. Whatever the case, with the exception of that 5th round, he succeeded in taking away Ramirez's best weapon, that left hook to the body. If this continues, the question becomes, can Zepeda win a decision on the road in Fresno?
All right, make it a little bit easier for yourself, okay? Okay. Don't let him back you up to the ropes. You get the middle first. Get that foot on the outside and go with the straight left hand right down the middle, okay? Okay. All right? Okay. Come on. Control the footwork and we got referee! Combination.
Been 3 times on the back of the head.
Okay, when you say stop, you hit on the knocker. You
Going good.
You see the grease on the right eye of Ramirez. Now, interestingly, Bernardo, you checked in with the commission. We clearly saw a clash in that fourth round that caused that cut, but what are they saying ringside?
The referee went to the commission and confirmed that he called it a punch. So that is huge in terms of the outcome should that cut continue to grow.
And that cut right now is in control. But folks, just to clarify, the difference being and why it's so critical, if ever the fight was stopped because of that specific cut, it would be a TKO win for Zepeda rather than going to the scorecards for a technical decision by way of a clash of heads.
All right? Obey my commands when I say stop, all right? We're going. All right? Listen to me. Box.
Yeah, both guys leaning in. It's exactly. You see Zepeda, every time he shoots a shot, anytime Jose comes in, you see him leans in again. There's always going to be a head clash.
I think that's going to continue to happen for as long as this fight lasts.
Go push.
Ramirez must change the tide right now. It's going in Zepeda's favor. He's outboxing Ramirez. And if it continues to go this way, well, Ramirez could lose his championship.
Now here's more of that bounce in the step. See if he can close the gap. As he's probing with that jab. But still, it's Zepeda getting out of trouble.
Zepeda is posturing a little bit, trying to buy some time to get a breather or two. Veteran tactic and veteran moves.
Right, changing levels on him.
Flicking that jab off the hip as a stay away. Keeping that back foot just enough out of the way to get out the back door.
Yeah, when you see a fighter squat like that, he's looking to set something over the top. He just missed off the mark on Ramirez. Zepeda did.
Very impressed with the boxing of Zepeda thus far. I've said it several times on this telecast, but Zepeda has not boxed this well in any of the previous fights that I've seen. He's rising to the occasion tonight. The question is, can he maintain this work rate and close the show?
Cherishing this opportunity. Ramirez tried to land the left hook, and sweeping and missing. And now closing the gap, firing down Zepeda. Able to get away. There's a right hand that comes in from Ramirez. A straight right hand from the champ. Final half minute here, round number 7. Once again, looking to land that left to the body.
I mentioned a few seconds ago that Zepeda is looking for a rest. I think Ramirez senses that, and now he's picking up the pace.
That's right.
Stop on the bell.
Switch moment brought to you by Boost Mobile, and it came earlier tonight, and it was Ray Beltran with the knockout victory against Hiroki Okada. Okada came in at 19-0. At times, he was giving Beltran trouble, including a second round when he buckled his knees. But the old warhorse comes in again. Beltran's 22nd knockout of his career, 36th win. This is his first fight back since giving up the belt. He lost to Pedraza, and now perhaps Beltran could still be in the mix for future big paydays. Round number 8. Those 12 rounds world title fight. And when will that flip happen with Ramirez, where he gets the fight on his terms?
It has to happen soon, Joe, because Ramirez is slowly running out of time.
I like that last round, the end of the last round for Ramirez. As he poured it a little bit on, he started letting his hands go and he was inching a little bit closer to Zepeda.
And that nice straight right hand was the signature punch of that 7th round. You see the power punches in the last round, a 17-10 connect advantage for Ramirez.
Only the second time that Jose Zepeda has seen the 8th round in a 31-fight career.
Combination punch finished with a left hand from Zepeda.
Zepeda is gaining more confidence and more steam coming forward in these rounds.
Ramirez trying to close in. Zepeda ties up.
Beautiful answer by Ramirez with that left hook.
Right uppercut as Zepeda leaned forward. Remember, he told us yesterday, Freddie Roach, who used to train Ramirez, felt he was giving him such insight as the strategy to employ. To box him, to stay off the ropes, get out of the corner, utilize the jab, take advantage of countering opportunities. But it's the kind of night where you have to stay perfect. You have to stay on point with that.
Yes, absolutely. Zepeda can't afford to slow down. Not any second of this round, because Ramirez is always dangerous. And you know, like you said, Dre, he's conditioned, very well conditioned.
It's a flash of blood under the left eye of Zepeda. And here's where he can't be. And then he goes forward and ties up. The cut, by the way, has worsened around the right eye of Ramirez as he digs in with a left to the body.
These are moments when a boxer is facing a puncher that are very, very key, because Ramirez is trying to press the issue and he's trying to literally break Zepeda, and Zepeda has to let Ramirez know that I'm not going to be broken tonight.
Oh, a good right hand comes in from the champ. Zepeda defensively flawed for just a moment, and now doubling up the left hook to the body is Ramirez. Trying to close that gap. Another left hand comes in up top. And this is a big finish to round number 8 for Jose Ramirez.
Zepeda doing the right thing, holding on, trying to regroup and recover and make it back to the corner.
And he fights back. Wow! Jose Zepeda and Ramirez. What a show they're putting on right here. What a fight we've got right now as Freddie Roach is on top of his charge. Ramirez and Zepeda, how we have arrived at this point, and it started with beautiful boxing early on from the title challenger, Jose Zepeda. A clash of heads that happened in round number 4 did open up a cut on Jose Ramirez, the first time he's been cut in his career. Finally in round 5, the signature punch, the left hook to the body, but as they rallied through the 8th round, now we got ourselves a title fight, don't we, boys?
That's right. It's starting to heat up. Zepeda sitting still just a little bit too long. Maybe it's fatigue. He hasn't been this late in the fight. And Ramirez coming on strong.
For Zepeda to rally back in those closing seconds after he was clearly affected by Ramirez, wow.
Zepeda was hit with some heavy shots to the head and to the body, and I didn't see any turn in him. I didn't see any quit. Like you said, Joe, he answered Ramirez toward the end of the round. That lets me know that Zepeda is here to win this title tonight.
CompuBox power punches. Ramirez a 93-75 connect advantage. And listen to this crowd as they chant for their homegrown world champion. Over 14,000 from here in the Central Valley of California in Fresno.
Jose Ramirez has to pick up where he left off. He doesn't have the luxury to take any rounds off. He's got to continue to press until for the remainder of this fight, in hopes that he can land a big shot or maybe pile up enough points where he can try to win a decision.
Well, he's sitting out in front, not using his jab. He needs to use his jab to get to where he needs to be, Dre. And I'm talking about Ramirez, people. Beautiful right hand by him right there.
Comes back with a right lead.
Ramirez is leading with the right hand, and he's countering with the right hand.
Nice changeup.
You can see that abrasion, a little bit of swelling, a little bit of blood, almost another clash of heads under the left eye of Zepeda. That cut worsened on the left eye of Ramirez in that last round. Looking for the uppercut, misses it, but does go to the body with a right hand, digs in with another right hand to the body.
Vicious, accurate body shots from Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, Ramirez was taking advantage of Zepeda, complaining about a headbutt. He steps in and follows with a combination. You see it again. Zepeda complaining about the head clashes, and Ramirez taking advantage of it.
This is a Ramirez round, through and through. Combination
vicious
punch.
body shot.
It was a left
from
hand
Ramirez.
right to that midsection, Dre.
Zepeda is still hurt from that shot. Jose Ramirez should go right back down there. If you notice, Zepeda hasn't really thrown anything. He's still trying to recover from that left hook to the body.
And now Ramirez seemingly taking control here in the later stages.
And he's going right back down to the body.
Zepeda showing a lot of heart right now, fellas.
Yes, he is.
As he has throughout. But can he stay disciplined enough?
And this is to be expected. If you're Zepeda, you're not going to come into the champion's hometown, and you're not going to face a fighter like Jose Ramirez and think that you're not going to have to walk through fire to get that championship belt.
You got to pick and choose your spots to exchange and when to box.
Mark Kriegel, how do you see things?
I have Jose Ramirez by virtue of winning the last 3 rounds. He hasn't solved Zepeda, but he's remained faithful to who he is. He's winning by attrition. He remains undiscouraged. He's throwing more punches, and finally, strength is winning.
I agree with you at the recent rounds of Jose Ramirez, starting with the left hand to the body in the 5th, through what we saw with the big rally in the 8th. The early work, everybody here ringside favored Zepeda.
We gotta win them big, right?
It's times like this in a championship fight where, as the challenger, you have to answer the question, how bad do you want it?
Total punches, Ramirez a 137 to 111 connect advantage. Body shots, commanding advantage, 42-10, as you would expect. That work done with the left hook mostly.
And for the most part of the night, Ramirez has been moving forward, so that definitely can, persuade the judges as well.
Ramirez just missed with the right hand right there to the chin of Zepeda.
Ramirez did a good job right there in stepping around to his left. It's exactly where you need to go to make the southpaw reach with his left hand.
Robert Garcia just told me that he feels that the tide is turning, that Ramirez is breaking down Sean, but he also respects the conditioning of Zepeda down the stretch. He says, but these last 3 rounds are going to be real tough for the visiting fighter.
Ramirez right there did what you said, Tim, a few rounds ago. He shot the right hand to the chest and came over the top with the left hook.
Shooting punches down to the body brings the eyes down to your opponent. Zepeda brought his eyes down just for a split second. Ramirez made him pay with that left hook. He definitely brought the hands down as well, Dre.
Yes, he did. Very key moment in the fight for both fighters, Joe and Tim. Ramirez has to continue to impose his will, and Zepeda has to reestablish himself in this fight because he's given up some ground.
He's giving up ground, Dre, because he's not using his jab. He's abandoned his jab.
And fatigue is setting in.
That's right.
It's only the second time that he's gone 10 rounds in a 31-fight career.
So the more experienced Ramirez is finding a home for his shots now.
Beautiful right hand underneath from Ramirez. If I'm Ramirez right now, I'm picking up my jab, I'm shooting the straight right hand because I've had success with that to the chin of Zepeda, but I'm almost exclusively, good body shot right there from Zepeda.
Yes.
I'm almost exclusively going to the body if I'm Ramirez, because every time he lets both hands go, he has success.
Well, it's funny you say that, because if I was in Zepeda's corner, I would tell him to go down to Ramirez's body, to slow him down, to take some of the steam off his punches, and to make him think about coming forward.
As he did with an angle and a body shot that was landed moments ago.
Stop! No! No punching.
Still don't think Zepeda has recovered from the body shots in the previous rounds from Ramirez. Good exchange from both fighters.
Good fight throughout. See, family of Jose Ramirez. Such a huge part of the inspiration. His father, Carlos, his mom, Juanita. First time he has dealt with a cut in his career. Let's listen in to what Freddie Roach is telling Zepeda.
The lead left hand from his top of his hand, right down the middle, is there for you, okay? We gotta go out there and throw it hard, okay? You gotta throw with authority, okay? We gotta put this guy on his ass or hurt him, okay? He's too strong and his momentum is too much, okay? You gotta, don't wait, meet him, be first. Right away, bang, bang, right down there, 1-2, okay? I promise you, 1-2, 1-2, you back him up, okay? All right?
He won that last round, so he's got to be first. Good?
Let's go. Come on.
These are critical rounds right here. You must, if you're a challenger or a champion, you must win these last 2 rounds. You have no idea how the judges are seeing the fight.
Yeah, these next 2 rounds could very well determine the outcome of this fight in either direction.
Championship rounds have arrived. WBC Junior Welterweight World Title. When we sat yesterday with Jose Zepeda and he put forth the game plan, and it was much of what he was applying earlier in this fight, we asked him, do you feel there comes a time where you need to be more the aggressor, where you say to yourself, if I am to win on points, on the road, in Fresno, in front of over 14,000 Jose Ramirez fans, I have to take some risk?
Well, Joe, that time is now.
It is.
He just lost these last 4 rounds, in my opinion. Zepeda.
Freddie Roach was clear in his instructions. Freddie Roach said he's got to put him on the canvas. We're the visiting team, and he's got to put him down at least once, as we see a headbutt here.
Another clash, and we'll see if there's blood. They're looking up at the hairline there of Zepeda.
That's okay.
And now going over and inspecting Ramirez. You see the stream of blood that's coming from the eye of Ramirez, the right eye. That was from a clash, but yet being ruled that it was from a punch, according to the referee, Marcos Rosales.
Well, you see right away, Zepeda falling in after throwing a straight left hand. He's not holding his positioning, and that's the reason why the head clashes are happening.
Well, there was a left hand from the southpaw at the end of that 1-2 that had some success against Ramirez, and now with it, he does try to become the aggressor for the moment.
Beautiful body work from Zepeda right there.
Stop! No punching!
This is that willingness that you have to have in these championship rounds.
There's an uppercut available for Ramirez. Zepeda keeps leaning in, and he falls in after he throws the left hand, just like there. You saw Ramirez trying to lift him up with the uppercut, but Ramirez must time him. Time him with that shot, but he has to use his jab first.
There it is again, the opportunity for the uppercut, but he didn't fire it off.
He threw it over the top, and he landed it clean on the chin of Ramirez. Sneaky overhand left.
Sure was.
From Zepeda.
Get off his head! Stop! Break clean! Break clean!
Tim, do you think Ramirez, even for a split second, has thought about the fact that he's at home and that he may have some cushion on the scorecards or maybe be given a break if the fight is close?
Absolutely not. That's not in his nature. Ramirez likes to win every single round if he can. You know, he has a will to win. He's conditioned, and he's going to fight the same way every time. Absolutely not. He's not thinking about that, Jay.
Right hook lead from Zepeda thrown moments ago. Final moments here of round number 11. Zepeda's second chance at a world title. And for Ramirez, trying to stay the course here. He's 23-0.
Stop for the bell. Let's stop. Very clean.
Final instructions from the corners, and then the final round. Let's listen in.
Beautiful. Hold it down. Beautiful round. Great round. Okay. Now we need one more. One more. Okay. With more aggressiveness. Okay. All right. When you back him up, don't stop. All right. Keep backing him up. Keep backing him up. You hurt him. Last round. All right. Come on. Last round, John. Put it on him, Brandon. This is your round. Okay. All right. Go.
Win this round. The title. That was yours. All right. That was yours.
Back him up, back him up. You can do it. I promise, you can do it, okay? Hey, come on, son. Hey.
Twelfth and final round. A crowd who has come out to support their homegrown world champion, Jose Ramirez. Can he defend the title here? Tim, you said jabs would be the key for Zepeda. He's thrown them, but he's only landed 12 more through 11 rounds.
Just off the mark with the jab, but he's thrown him. But he got away from him.
Most of that work in the first half of this fight.
Robert Garcia told me in the corner, this is a close fight. I'm not saying we're losing, but Chon is fighting a very smart fight. So Jose has to win this round big. And by Jose, I mean Ramirez.
Now, I don't know about you, Tim, but these moments right here are moments that I would dream of. Moments that I would, act out in my living room as a young kid, being in the last round of a championship fight, either fighting for a title or defending a title, outwitting and outgutting and outreeling my opponent to get my hand raised. This is the moment that both of these fighters are in right now.
Look at the blood streaming down the face of Jose Zepeda. And meanwhile, draping down the back of the champ, Ramirez. You look at these two proud Mexican-American warriors, worthy of a night like this, giving everything they can. Final 90 seconds of the final round.
Both fighters are tired. Both fighters have taken good straight left from Zepeda right there.
Very strong left hand from the title challenger.
And that stunned Ramirez. I was saying that both fighters are tired. Both fighters have taken a level of punishment, but somebody has to call up another gear to close the show.
You have to dig deep. You got to find something within.
Stop, nothing.
Something to attach yourself to that's going to make you stronger. And right now, both fighters are giving it their all at this moment. You see the straight right hand from Ramirez, but I want to see the looping right hand. It's something he hasn't thrown that often.
Go.
30 seconds to go. Does Zepeda have the answer? Can Ramirez hold on and retain the title?
Stop! Don't punch him. Back up, clean.
20 seconds left.
Freddie Roach put forth a good game plan for Zepeda, but he executed it well. And Ramirez answered in the second half. And now coming down the stretch, he's turning it on a little bit. Final seconds. Ramirez in front of the home fans. They're on their feet in Fresno. That was an excellent world title fight. Zepeda over-delivers. Ramirez comes on strong. And which way will it go? Both men bloodied. Both men gave it all. And we will hear from the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a majority decision. Here are the score totals. Judge Ray Donseco scores the bout 114, 114, even a draw. Overruled by judges Glenn Trowbridge, who sees the bout 115 to 113, and Judge Chris Teyes, who scores the bout 116 to 112 in favor of the winner, and still champion, Jose